So now today's class will continue that and we'll prove that the as we studied in yesterday, the aim of this entire class that conservative or non-conservative. Suppose the given force, for example, I have given a force, for example, 4y I cap plus 3x j cap. Then either this force, the given force is a conservative force or non-conservative force. So that is what is this entire lecture, whole lecture is about that only. Okay. So now let us see, as we studied in yesterday's class, the difference between conservative and non-conservative. So if you remember that, so conservative means it is independent of path. So always work done by path 1 is must be equals to what? Work done by path 2. So if the work done is equal, then we can say it is a conservative or non-conservative. Everybody, it is a conservative. So work done by one path is not equals to work done by the second path. Then that is called as what? All of you. It is respond non-conservative.
Non-conservative.
Here it is independent of path, and this one is what here? All of you depend on path.
Dependent on.
Understanding depend on path. So here I have made only one and only example. What is the example for non-conservative force, everybody? It is the frictional force. For conservative force, I have given you 3 examples. What is that, everyone? One is gravitational force. Next one is what?
Spring force
Spring force, that is what F is equals to minus kx.
minus
And
kx.
electrostatic.
Electrostatic force.
Yeah. So electrostatic force. So that is what we studied in our yesterday's class. What is conservative? What is non-conservative? Now, so I'll introduce you again here the derivative concept we have. So as we know that in conservative we studied that if it is a conservative, so conservative forces, if you notice it is only depends on what points, initial point or everybody on only initial point and final point. So if you remember that one, initial point and final point, so we all knows that work done, if it is a conservative force, work done in closed path, which is equals to what? Everybody. If it is a closed path, work done is equals to what? Always 0. If it is a conservative. Am I right, everybody? Clear? So if it is a conservative force, if it is in a closed path, always work done is equals to what, everyone? 0. But here, work done is not equals to 0. If it is a what force? Everybody. Non-conservative force. Non-conservative force and in a given path. In a which path, everybody? In a closed path. So in a closed path, if the work done is not equals to 0, that is non-conservative. In a closed path, work done is equals to 0. It is called as what? Everybody. It is called as conservative. Understanding all of you? So now, let us make from here. Somebody called to Mr. Murali. Sai Karthik will join. Murali, you call. Yeah, one and Samya both of in same meeting. Okay. So now observe very carefully. So we are going to study now today's class how we can prove that either it is a given force is a conservative or not. So let us start. Non-conservative means one and only example you can study friction, and conservative means you can study gravitational force, spring force, and as well as what force? All of you. Electrostatic force. Understand? That is what. Now let us understand this concept. So all of you see that. So let me take question number 1. All of you. So what it is you can understand. So given force is F is equals to xi cap plus yj cap is conservative or what is that, everybody? Non-conservative. Okay. So that is what is our target. So they will give even options. They can take like we can give it is a conservative, it is a non-conservative. It depends upon x. It depends on both x and y. Like that, you can take many options. It will be like x-axis and as well as y-axis. So how it will be proved? What is the method? Method you understand, everybody. And then one or two questions, you might be quite confusing. Once if you are familiar, then it is very simple to solve this concept. So conservative means, so we all knows that what is conservative means the force which is equals to, if you take the conservative, so what is the net force is equals to the force which is acting in all the directions. That is what we can say force acting in x direction, Force acting in y direction and as well as force acting in what direction, everybody? I cap, j cap, or please respond. I cap, j cap, or k cap. Understanding? So observe
cap.
carefully. If the given force is a conservative force, understanding? If the given force is a not conservation, conservative. If a given force is a conservative force, so how we have to prove means, all of you remember differentiation. So first rule number 1, 3 rules we have. If the 3 rules will satisfy, we can say it is a conservative force. If the 3 rules is not satisfied, it is called as a what? Everybody, it is the non-conservative. So
Non-conservative.
differentiation of dfx divided by dy, which is equals to, okay, dfy divided by differentiation of x. Rule number 2, again I'm saying del x, you can call it as a del fx divided by del z, which is equals to del fz divided by del x. Rule number 3, your choice, alternatively you can do anything. Del fy divided by del z, which is equals to del fz divided by del y. So if this all the 3 rules is satisfying, then the force is called as what? Everybody, it is called as conservative force. Understanding all of you? If not, it is non-conservative. Any doubt, anybody? Please ask me. So del, that is called as what? Del, we used to call it as del or differentiation. You can call it as a del, nothing wrong in it. Is it okay, everybody? Mr. Rudreswar? All of you clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is what. So these 3 rules is satisfied, then we used to call it as a conservative. If the 3 rules is not satisfied, it is called as what? Non-conservative. So entire whole concept of this conservative or non-conservative will run behind these 3 rules. So please have a glance always. Del fx divided by delta y dx or dy is equals to del fy divided by delta x. Del fx divided by del z is equals to del fz divided by del x, or else you can make this is rule number 2 as it is order f to y, y to z, then z to x. That is what. This is rule number 3. Is it okay, Pradosh? So 1, 2, 3. So this all the 3 rules has to be satisfied. First, the given force. What is the given force? Everybody check it, all of you. Yes, observe very carefully. What is the given force? It is given. Check it, everybody. So x I cap plus y j cap. Correct? Yes. So that is what it is. So let me take this one as the given function is x I cap plus y j cap. So plus z nothing is there. So z nothing is there means how much, guys?
0.
0. So this x only called as fx, y only called as fy, this is only called as fz. So let us verify rule number 1. What is the rule number 1? Everybody check it. Del fx divided by del y, which is equals to del fy divided by del x. Am I right or wrong, all of you? Yes, please respond. Now, del fx, what is fx value? Del x divided by del y equals to del fy. Del fy is y divided by del x. Now tell me, as we know, x, of course, where we can take it, but with respect to y, what is the x value? There is no differentiation. Is it possible? With respect to x, is it possible to divide with the y? Everybody, well, differentiation I have taught you. Is it possible, Mr. Rudreswar? Pradosh? So x we cannot be differentiated in the with respect to y. Y cannot be differentiated with respect to x because same function only it is possible to differentiate. Am I right or wrong? Everybody.
Yes.
So if it is differentiated, not differentiated, then this value is how much? With respect to differentiation of x with respect to y is remains 0 because it is not possible to differentiate. Then this is also differentiation of y with respect to 0. This also equals how much? Everybody, 0 only. Understanding all of you? Then you can verify with the second rule number 2. What is the rule number 2? You can check it. Del fy divided by del z is equals to del fz divided by del y. So del fy, we all knows that y. Del z, what is the value? Z value, 0, which is equals to. So nothing is there. Del z is not all existed. So again, what is that with respect to with respect to z, y is not possible to divide. So this value is 0. With respect to fz value is 0. So 0 divided by anything. This value is equals to 0. So divided by y, everything is 0. So again, it has been also proved equal. Then rule number 3, you check it. Rule number 3, what is that, guys? Everybody, del fx divided by del z, del fz divided by del x. So this value is 0, so that it will also become 0. Del fx is x. divided by del z. So with respect to a, with respect to z, what is the x value? Is it possible to differentiate, everybody? No, it is remains 0. So with 0 is equals to 0. So everywhere, always it is proved. So you can see all the three cases. So the given f is a what? Conservative or non-conservative? Everybody. The given f is a, please respond.
Conservative.
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 If it is satisfy the three cases, then it is called as, what was to call? Everyone. It is called as conservative. Okay. So this is the first question. So my first question might be feel difficulties, but if you solve 3 or 4 questions, then definitely people can experience it. Next,
Sir.
yes, Pradesh. Yes, Rudresh.
Sir,
Yeah,
del is means denominator 0 means it will come in infinity only, no, sir.
that's what I'm saying. Anyhow, it is a constant, correct? Constant, anything divided by 0 only. You understand? So y is a
Sir,
constant.
anything by 0, it is infinity, sir.
That's what, forget about the dz, differentiation of z. Y is remains constant with respect to z, the y is not at all divisible. So that what is the answer? 0.
Okay, sir.
Understand, Rudresh?
Yes, sir.
See, with respect to x, suppose dx square means we can respect with the dx. If it is dy square means we can divide with the dy. If it is dz square means we can with respect to differentiation with the z we can do. But dx square means with respect to with respect to y, is it possible? It is impossible to do it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Understand that, sir? So that's why it is 0 always. Clear? So now
Yes,
the
sir.
given force is 3y I cap plus 3x j cap. 3y I cap plus, what is that? 3y j cap. Okay. So now we have to find it, either it is a conservative or we have to find it what? Everybody. Conservative or non-conservative. Clear, everybody? So remember, everyone, these all the values is not supposed to be equal. Maybe equal or not equal. Remember, all of you. But these two should be equal, these two should be equal, and these two should be equal. Understand, sir, what I'm saying? Brothers?
Yes, sir.
That is what. So here I'll identify this is fx, and this is what, everybody? Fy. Okay.
Y.
So that's all. You can make it now. First rule number 1. Rule number 1, tell me. Delta f. First rule number 1. Delta fx divided by dy delta y is equals to delta fy divided by delta x. Am I right or wrong? Rule number 1. Speak, guys. All of you? Yes, please. Then fx value. Delta fx value how much? 3y divided by delta y. Next, delta fy value how much? Speak, everybody. Fy value 3x divided by delta x. So constant is friend, dy by dy. Here 3 is constant, dx by dx. So dx cancel, dy cancel. Sorry, del. So which is equals to, what is the answer? Everybody, 3 equals to 3. Now here how it will be differentiating to understanding, everybody? Sir, it is a similar quantity now. Y and y, x and x. All of you understand, Amma? Girls? Everybody? That is what. Next, rule number 2. Rule number 2, tell me what is that? dfy divided by dz, which is equals to dfz divided by dy. So dfy, what is the dfy value? 3x. Am I right or wrong? Speak, divided by dz. So with respect to z, d, it is possible to divide x. No, value is 0. Which is equals to dfz. No value is existed. Divided with respect to y, which equals to also 0. So what is the answer? Everybody, 0. Next, third one. What is the third one? dfx divided by dz, which is equals to dfz divided by dx. So now, all of you check it. What is the fx value? If you speak only, it will be, so 3y divided by dz. So with respect to z, 3y is not differentiated. Value is 0. So that dfz value is 0 divided by differentiation of x is not possible. So that is also equals to 0. So now tell me, all are equal. So that it is a conservative or non-conservative? Fastly. It is the conservative. Don't think that here 3 equals to 3 and here 0 equals to 0 and 0 equals to 0. All should not be same number, but this must be equal, this must be equal, and this must be equal. Understand, brothers?
Yes, sir.
Naren, understand, Naren, this concept? Anything doubt you can ask. All of you understand, Amma? Now, this is what the question. Now, next question, you can see that. So, f is equals to, all of you observe very carefully, 3y I cap plus 4x j cap. So, prove that it is a conservative or non-conservative. Let me see how much time. Fastly you can prove it. Very simple it is. So fx value, this is fx value and this is fy value. So if you just prove it, you can add the answer. Rule number 1 is sufficient to prove that. That is what? Delta fx divided by delta y is equals to delta fy divided by delta x. So delta fx value is 3y divided by y. Sorry, delta y, which is equals to delta fy value is 4x divided by delta x. So what is the answer? Everybody.
Sir,
T
non-conservative.
is not equals to 4. So that it is a what, everybody? It is
Non
a non. All of you
conservative.
understanding, Amma? Everybody? Mr. Rohit, Mr. Sai Karthik, Murali?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is how you have to solve it. Any doubt, anybody can ask. This is what about conservative or non-conservative. So 3 rules always you have to remember. So if you remember the 3 rules, this concept is very, very simple. So nothing is, it's not a big deal at all. That is what I can say. So this is what about it. Anybody having doubt, you can ask me. I'll also go to the next question. So learn our next question. Let me see how many of you are having a basic sense in this. Let us verify it. So if you use a basic sense, you can finish this question. A force F is equals to I cap. I cap means what is the Fx value? Anybody can tell? What is the Fx value? I
One.
cap. Just I have given. What is the Fx value? Anybody?
1, sir.
1. 1 for those. Fx value is how much? Those
Sir, 1,
constant.
sir.
Yeah, 1. So acts on a body, acts on a body and follows the path as shown. Calculate the net work done. Okay, everybody? Calculate the what? Net work done. Okay. So I'll give the path also. You can take it. So do with the different colors. Okay. So x-axis and y-axis. So now first we started from point A. The point O is 0, 0. It has been traveled to the point A, straight line. It has been traveled to the point A, so which is 0, A. And then it has been traveled to the point B, which is A, A. And then it is traveled to the point C, which is A, 0. And finally it has been back to the, understanding? Everybody? So now work done is equals to work done from O to A to B, B to C, and as well as C to finally it came how much? Where it come? O only. Am I right or wrong? So that is what. So the options are, see, first you don't know. Simply you cannot choose option. If it is a conservative, what is the answer? Work done. If it is a conservative means what is the work done? It is a closed path, guys. If it is a conservative, what is
0.
it? Yes. If it is a conservative, work done is 0. If it is non-conservative, we have to find that value. So now let us verify either it is a conservative or not. Mr. Monish, what happened this much late? Huh? I don't know. So now make it quick now. You have to do it. First identify either it is a conservative or non-conservative. If it is a conservative, simply I can choose answer is what is that? What is the correct answer? Option C.
3,
Understand? So you have to verify it either conservative or not. So write the given function first. What is the given function, everybody? Given force. What is the given force, everybody? What is the given force, guys? I cap plus 3y j cap plus fz. Fz is nothing is there. So what is the fz value?
0.
0. Then this is fy value. Fy value, fz value. Then what is the fx value? Fx value is how much?
1.
1. Okay, that is what. First, delta fx divided by delta y, which is equals to delta fy divided by dx. So what is the verified answer? Delta fx, delta 1 divided by delta y. So constant divided by anything, which is equals to what? 0
0.
differentiation. Next, delta this one. Delta fy. Delta fy is how much? 3y divided by delta x. So with respect to x, y, how it is possible to divide? What is the answer?
0.
0. Next, rule number 2. Delta fy divided by delta z, which is equals to delta fz divided by delta y. So now, fy value is 3y. 3y divided by delta. With respect to z, y value is how much? Everybody? 0. It is not possible to differentiate. So fz value is 0 divided by delta y. It is also not possible to divide because differentiate. Because with respect to y, z is not possible to differentiate. Clear, everybody? Understand, Emma? Then it is third one, delta fx divided by delta z plus delta fz divided by delta x. So with respect to x value is how much? 1. So constant divided by anything, which is equals to what? 0. Next, delta fz value divided by delta x. Nothing is there. What is the answer? It is not possible to divide. So all the cases answer is same. So it is a conservative or non-conservative?
Conservative.
Conservative. So if it is a conservative, so we all knows that if it is a closed path, work done blindly, you can go with the
One
what?
is
0. That's all. So what is the correct option? Option
C.
C. That's all. Finish it, make it quick. Any doubt you can ask. All of you completed? Completed means let me know, we'll go with the next.
Yes, sir. Completed, sir.
Okay, so let's start now. Okay. Others understand, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Rishi, Aswita? Any doubt? You can ask me. So that is what. So we have to prove it now. That is okay. So in closed path, always conservative force is 0. Next, always conservative force means some other thing is also same. Work done by path 1 is equals to what? Work done by path 1, which is equals to what? Work done by path 2.
Path
So
2.
really, it is not necessary to join now. You should understand it. When the class starts, half an hour before almost. Now you are joining. It's very, very bad. Mr. Monish also. If there is a problem, you have to tell to me or you have to work sincerely, Mr. Monish. You are a good boy. Good boys itself, you are behaving like this. This is very, very bad. So your given force is acts on a body, and late means don't join. I am very, very particular because you are not a kids now. 9th, 10th means okay, accepted. 11th and 12th, you have to work every day. It's not easy at all, I am saying. So remember, it is taken from path A to B as shown, which is correct about it, the statement. Okay, so that is what. So the given path is, let me take now, this is object point A. It has been traveled to point B. This is the point B. So first path, this is the path number 1, and it has been went like this. This is path number 2. So now options also I will give. You can follow. Okay, so we have to prove that which option is correct option. So option A, work done by first path is equals to work done by second path. Option B, work done by first path is not equals to work done by second path. Option C, work done by first path is greater than work done by second path. Option D, work done by second part is greater than work done by first part. So first of all, either it is same or not, how we can verify? By seeing the conservative or non-conservative. Am I right or wrong, everybody? Yes or no? All of you. Speak, yeah. That's all it is. Then, the given function is f is equals to what? X square I cap plus y j cap. So this is fx. This is fx and this is fy. So by this time you can say what is the answer? Already people know the given thing is x and y. So rule number 1, delta fx divided by delta y, which is equals to delta fy divided by delta x. So delta fx value how much? Delta x square divided by delta y. So with respect to y, what is x? It is not possible to differentiate. So what is the answer? 0. Then delta fy is dy divided by delta x. With respect to x, dy is also not possible to differentiate. So answer is how much? All of you, please respond. 0. Then rule number 2, you can verify. Delta fy divided by delta z is equals to delta fz divided by delta y. So here also, delta fy is y divided by delta z. With respect to z, y is not possible to differentiate. So 0. Delta fz value 0 divided by delta y. This value is also become what? Everybody, speak guys, 0. Then rule number 3, delta fz divided by delta y x are delta x. Okay, so delta x, which is equals to, sorry, delta x, next delta fx divided by delta z. So fz value is 0 divided by x, so that value is 0. This one fx value x square divided by, with respect to z value, x value is 0. So that 0 is equals to 0. So always all are equal. So that it is a conservative or non-conservative. All of you, it is conservative. So if it is a conservative means we all knows that work done by path 1 is equals to what? All of you, work done by, yes please
Path
respond. Work done by path 2. So this is what is about conservative and non-conservative. I hope you all understand how to find it. So even by seeing, if you solve 10-15 sums, by seeing the function itself, we can say it is a conservative or non-conservative. Am I right, everybody? Understanding?
Sir.
So that is what. So we should verify it every time. Even sometime you will get it even Z component also. So all the components it is satisfied. Everything will come same. Then only it is called as what? Everybody? Then only it is called as conservative. If it is not equal, any one is not equal, rules, 3 rules, then it is called as what, everyone? It is called as non-conservative. That is what you have to remember it. So if you solve plenty of sums, then only you people can get an idea how to solve this one. Okay, then next concept we are going to study in this chapter, work, energy and power. Keep in mind the most important concept for JEE mains and as well as NEET concept, where you people can simply get the mark by solving direct formula. You people can achieve this one. So that is what we are going to study. 9th class, those who are my old students, definitely they might be having this idea also. But by the time differently will solve, but formula is remains same. So that is what we used to called as work energy theorem. So 9th class, many students, for those remember, we studied kinetic, change in kinetic energy is only called as work energy theorem. So that is only called now. So for JEE mains and as well as NEET, so it is one of the most important concept. So where you'll get frequently a question. Okay. So keep it in mind, most important concept it is. Okay. So work energy theorem. Third concept in this chapter. First concept is formula, units and all. Second concept is conservative or non-conservative. And what is the third concept, everybody? It is work energy theorem. So work energy theorem, actually, if you want to study this, go back to the 9th and we have to revise entire concepts there. And then if you are very good in 9th class, then this is one of the easiest one people can understand. So if you want to understand the work energy theorem, first of all, you should know kinetic energy. So kinetic energy, we can represent either Ke or Ek. So kinetic energy. So only kinetic energy possessed by the body when the body is in what, guys? When the body is in state of rest or state of motion. Fastly, everybody. Kinetic energy is possessed by the body when it is in state of motion. And we all people might be studied kinetic energy formula. Ek is equals to, what is the formula, everybody? Half mv square. In Theriyada, please learn it. So kinetic energy formula, 9th class, you might be derived the formula for kinetic energy and potential energy. Remember, everybody? So 9th class kinetic energy and as well as potential energy is studied. So potential energy is due to the height or elevation, we can say. So elevation, the elevation possessed by the body, and kinetic energy is due to the what, everybody? Due to the motion. So this elevation only is called as position. So due to the position, potential energy. Due to the motion, what energy, everybody? Due to the motion, we used to call as kinetic energy. So you might be remember by the time potential energy formula is mgh. Kinetic energy formula is what, everybody? Half mv square. Okay, wow. Everybody, Pradosh, that is what you have to remember. Now, and this kinetic energy is independent of direction and all. So that is why if it is independent of direction, then it is a what? Scalar quantity or vector quantity? It is scalar quantity.
Scalar.
Okay, mama. So that is what you have to remember. And potential energy also independent of path. That is why potential energy also scalar quantity or vector quantity. It is also scalar quantity. Understanding? So because potential energy is also depends on initial point and as well as what point? Final point. Either you travel straight or you go like this or you went like this. It doesn't matter for them. Only it is depends on what? Initial point and Everybody? Final point. Clear, everyone? That is why it is called as scalar quantity or vector quantity. Fastly. It is called as scalar quantity. So what is the kinetic energy formula? Kinetic energy is equals to half m v square. Okay, everybody? Now keep it in mind. Potential energy cannot be possessed work energy theorem. Only work energy theorem is applicable for what energy? Only for everyone.
Kinetic.
Kinetic energy. No potential energy will be possessed the work energy theorem. Now, next important question. Does kinetic energy, EK or K, your choice, depends upon, does kinetic energy depends upon frame of reference? So frame of reference, I already taught you. Motion in a plane and motion in a straight line. Before that we started like 9th class. When we can say object is said to be in rest, when we can say object is said to be in motion. Anybody remember? All of you? When we can say object is said to be in rest and when we can say object is said to be in motion. Anybody? Please speak. தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? When we can say 9th class you studied, you will study in first chapter. When we can say object is said to be in rest and when we can say object is said to be in motion. Nobody knows. At least respond. தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? தெரியாதா means I will say you. So nothing else is there. With rest, what brothers? Don't know. With rest, yes, please. Okay, you might be forgot it.
Depends upon the
Yeah,
observer, sir.
you might be forgot it. I will definitely make it. Okay, so 100% I'll make it. Let us see. So what do you mean by motion? First of all, you understand that motion and as well as rest. So motion means with respect to surroundings. Clear, everybody? With respect to surroundings, position of the object is keep on changing. You understanding, all of you? Position changes. That is what we used to call as motion. But here, observer. We have studied lift sums and all. Observers, do you remember, everybody? Observer will
Sir.
decide. Observer will decide either the object is in motion or state of rest. Okay. So observer is only called as what? Frame of reference. What we used to call, everybody? Frame of reference. Okay, everyone. So that is the understanding. With respect to surroundings, position not changes.